Boss, money is tight. The economy is massively impacted by AI. Most jobs that can be automated or can be done by a robot are disappearing. And you want to get into the flipping business with $0 in your pocket? You must be kidding, right? Let's be honest, is that even possible at all? If you look up how to flip a house right now on YouTube, 99% of the advice out there tells you exactly the same thing. They say, go find a hard money lender, use OPM, other people's money, call up a private investor, pitch your deal, borrow the cash at 12% interest rate, and boom, you are a real estate mogul. But nobody talks about the massive elephant in the room when you do that. Borrowing money is terrifying when you are starting out. Many years ago, my friend told me this: Vikram, if you want a friendship to break, just ask for a $5 loan. Of course, he was just kidding. No friendship breaks at a $5 loan, but he was trying to convey a point. Borrowing money randomly definitely leads to disasters. If the market shifts, if your contractor walks off the job, or if a global pandemic shut down the local permitting office for 3 months, guess what? That 12% interest clock doesn't stop ticking. Every single month, you are bleeding cash. Borrowed money equals massive pressure. Remember that. You are under the thumb of that guy. It introduces a level of risk that keeps you up at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling, wondering if you're about to ruin your financial life before even getting off the ground. So, what if I told you that there is a completely different way? A way to get into the house flipping game, capture the big spreads, learn the mechanics of the business, and build your capital without even signing a loan document, without talking to a bank, and without risking money you don't have. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be easy, but it's doable. It is pure raw, strategic real estate engineering. Always remember this: is your skin in the game? If not, I'm sorry, my friend, you cannot make it too far from here. In this video, I will break down the exact blueprint for how to flip a real estate without borrowing money. I'm going to cover the 3 main vehicles to make this happen: wholesaling, micro-flipping, and strategic joint ventures. Wait till the end, and I'm going to show you how to structure these deals, how to protect yourself, and how to transition from zero cash to a fully funded, self-sustaining real estate flipping business. Also, as a real example, I flipped 1180 South Lyman Avenue, Oak Park, Illinois. You can look up the latest pictures on Zillow, but I have some old pictures on my phone that I'll share later on with you. Full disclosure, I had put my money in this deal, so it was not a zero money kind of deal, and even then it was extremely stressful. But using my flip as an example, you can learn and understand areas that need improvements in your flip and then pitch those to your partners or whomever you're working with. Hey everyone, if you don't know me or are new to my channel, my name is Vikram Chopra. I was an investment banker turned broker in the greater Charlotte metropolitan area, where I invest and assist other investors reach their financial goals through real estate investing. Part 1, the core philosophy of a zero debt flip. Before we look at the specific steps, we have to fix the mindset. Everything is in the mind, isn't it? Most people think real estate is a game of capital. They think that the person with the biggest bank account always wins, and that's not true. I'll tell you who wins. The guy who has the skin in the game. It is you, because you want to do these flips to avoid the AI flipping your life over. Because now you, my investor friend, isn't going to let this ship sink. That's how you get your skin in the game. Real estate is a game of access and problem solving. Money is a commodity. It's everywhere. What isn't everywhere are great deals and deep execution skills. The Lyman Avenue home that I told you about, I got that in a foreclosure and it had tons of problems. If you can find a deeply discounted property, or if you can manage a renovation perfectly, you hold all the leverage. You do not need to be the person supplying the green pieces of paper to control the deal. When we talk about flipping without borrowing, we are substituting cash with sweat, hustle, and intelligence, i.e. your skin. You are going to use your time and your ability to locate hidden deals, locate hidden opportunities, and to create equity out of thin air like this. There are 3 ways to do this, and we are going to start with the most famous one, which is wholesaling. Part 2, the original no money flip, assignments. At its core, wholesaling is simply a paper flip. You are flipping the right to buy a house, not the house itself. Let's walk through how this works mechanically, step by step, so that you can see exactly why you don't need to borrow a dime. Imagine you find a distressed property like Lyman Avenue, a foreclosure. It has lots of problems. Maybe the owner inherited it. Maybe it's sitting vacant for 2 years. The roof leaks and it needs $50,000 worth of work. The owner just wants to move on with their life. They don't want to deal with this. They don't want to list it with the realtor, clean it out, and deal with every other problem that comes along. You negotiate with the seller and agree on a purchase price of $100,000. Now, if you were a traditional flipper, you would have to go ahead and borrow the $100,000 plus the renovation money. But instead, you write up a purchase agreement with one crucial clause inserted into the buyer's name section. Your name and or assigns. That word, assigns, is your golden ticket. It means you have the legal right to pass this contract along to someone else before the closing date. Once that contract is signed, you technically control the property. You have equitable interest in it. You then take that contract to an active, cash-rich local house flipper, someone who wants to do the dirty work, has the crew, and has the expertise to do it along with the capital, but it's too busy to hunt for deals themselves. You tell them, hey, I've got this property locked up for $100,000. It needs work, but when it's done, it's worth $220,000. I will assign my rights to this contract to you for $115,000. The cash buyer looks at the numbers, realizes that he can still make a great profit, and says a yes. You both sign an assignment of contract agreement. When the closing day arrives, the cash buyer brings the $100,000 to pay the seller. They bring you $15,000 assignment fee to the title company or real estate attorney, and you walk away with $15,000. Let's count how much money you borrowed there. Zero. Let's look at your financial risk. Zero. You didn't take out a loan, you didn't pay interest, and you flipped an asset using nothing but paper and positioning. And that is what is amazing. But how do you find these golden opportunities? Now, you might be asking, if it's that simple, why isn't everyone doing it? There's always that catch, isn't it? Because finding deals like these takes time and consistent effort, and it's not all that simple. You can't just look on MLS and expect to find these spreads. You have to go directly to the source. If you have zero budget, you do what we call driving for dollars. You get into your car, pick up a working class neighborhood, and look for houses that show physical signs of deterioration and neglect. Look for long grass, piled up mail, boarded up windows, peeling paint, and blue tarps on the roofs. These are physical indicators of a situational problem. When you find one, you write down the address. You go home, look up at the county tax assessor records, which are completely free and public online, to find out who owns that property and where they live. Then you reach out to them. You send them a polite letter, or you look up their number using a free or cheap search tool. And you say, hey, I noticed your property on Main Street. I'm looking to buy a house in that neighborhood, cash as is. Would you be open to an offer? It's a volume game. You might have to find 50 or 100 of these properties to get one person to say a yes. And that's your entry point. But remember, we are trading time for capital. If you don't have the money to borrow, you use your legwork to build the pipeline. Part 3, micro flip, wholetailing. Let's take it up a notch. What if you want a strategy that gets you closer to a traditional flip, but you still don't want to take out a massive loan for renovations? This is where micro flipping or wholetailing comes in. In a traditional flip, you buy a house, you gut it, you replace the kitchen, you replace the bathroom, the flooring, the roof, the landscaping, and then sell it for top dollars. That requires heavy capital and heavy management. In a micro flip, your goal is to buy a steep, discounted property, do absolutely zero structural or major renovation work, clean it out, and then immediately list it on the open market to a DIY buyer or another investor for a quick and modest gain. But wait, if you're actually buying the house, this time instead of just assigning the contract, don't you need money to close? Yes, you do. But there is a secret here also of doing this without borrowing money from a traditional lender. It's also called double closing. It's pretty simple. You find a cash buyer who wants the property for $120,000 and you have it under contract for $100,000. Instead of assigning the contract, you schedule a double closing with an investor-friendly title company or a real estate attorney. This consists of two separate transactions happening exactly on the same day, often within hours of each other. A. You buy the house from the seller for $100,000. B. You immediately sell the house to your end buyer for $120,000 on the same day. That's double closing. Small specialized companies charge a small flat fee for this service, usually between 1 and 2% of the deal size. Once again, you held title to a piece of real estate, you flipped it, and you didn't have to carry a monthly mortgage or borrow long-term debt. By the way, if you're a beginner or an investor and are looking for guidance on how to get started in real estate investing, feel free to book a 20-minute free phone call with me. Link in the description below. We can look at your deal together if you're putting one. Part 4, the joint venture. All right, now let's talk about actual physical house flipping. The kind where you see the before and after transformations, the fresh paint, the shiny new kitchens, and the big fat paydays. How do you do that without borrowing money? You do it by changing the relationship from a debt lender to equity partners. This is called a joint venture, JV, or equity partnership. When you borrow money from a hard money lender, you are in a master-servant relationship. They dictate the terms, they charge you interest every month, and if things go wrong, they foreclose and take the house away from you. In a joint venture, you are entering a partnership of equals. Think about it this way. Out there in the real world, there are thousands of doctors, lawyers, tech workers, and other busy business owners who have plenty of cash sitting in savings account or a retirement portfolio earning low returns. They want to invest in real estate. They see the flips on TV, they see the wealth being generated, and they want a piece of it. Yes. But they have a major problem. They have absolutely zero time. They work 60, 80 hours a week. They don't know how to find a distressed property. They don't know how to negotiate with a contractor. And they certainly don't want to spend these Saturdays choosing paint colors or tracking down plumbing permits. This is where you, my investor friends, comes in. You are the active partner. They are the capital partners. You do not ask them for a loan. You tell them, you bring in the capital needed to buy and renovate the property. I will bring in the off-market deal, manage the entire renovation project from start to finish, handle the listing, and manage the sale. We will split the net profits 50-50 when it sells. This is the power of sweat equity. But this is an advanced concept. Do this when you have some experience under your belt. You have worked with a few contractors for a long time. You know how much everything is going to cost you down to the last dollar. That's why if you're planning to invest money in real estate, go ahead and book that free 20-minute call with me. We can look at your deal together. Part 5, how to pitch a capital partner. Now let's tackle the immediate objection that is probably running through your head right now. Why would someone with money trust me if I've never flipped a house before? It is a completely fair question. If you walk up to a wealthy individual and say, hey, give me $150,000, I want to try flipping houses, they will laugh you out of the room. That is true. You have to understand that capital partners are not investing in you initially. They are investing in the deal and your preparation. A deal that you will find and you will prepare to the last dollar amount. Here are the exact 3-step strategy to land a partner even if you have zero experience. Step 1, lock up an undeniable deal first. That's the core, man. Money follows good deals. Do not look for a partner when you have nothing to show them. What I do is go to the local courthouse in Uptown Charlotte. There's a long list of homes that are on the verge of being foreclosed. See what house will fit into your budget. Use the wholesaling and driving for dollar tactics we discussed earlier to find a property that anyone with eyes can see the profit margins. Remember, the numbers should speak for themselves. You have eliminated the biggest fear, losing money. Step 2, build a specialized deal binder. When you present a project to a potential partner, you just don't send them a text message. No, you build a comprehensive package. This includes A, a complete property photo breakdown showing every issue. B, a line item real estate renovation budget. C, a CMA showing 3 to 4 local homes within half-a-mile radius that were sold in your target after repair values within the last 90 days. And D, a clear timeline detailing exactly when the project will start and when it will finish. When an investor sees that level of detail, their perception of your risk profile goes down. Step 3, de-risk the relationship legally. You must use a proper legal safeguard to make your partner feel entirely secure. You do not just take their money and put it in your personal checking account. No, don't do that. You work with an attorney to set up a new deal-specific LLC. The capital partner is listed at that as a member of the LLC, the property is purchased in the name of that LLC. Part 6, managing the project like seasoned pro. If you go the JV route, your currency is your execution. Since you didn't bring in the cash to the table, your partner expects you to protect their capital with your life. The absolute fastest way to ruin a JV partnership and destroy your reputation in the local community is to let a project run over budget or pass its deadline due to the sheer laziness. Don't be lazy. Don't do that. When you are managing a flip without your own financial cushion, you must run an airtight operation. Part 7, building your own fund. Now we are talking. Flipping houses without borrowing money is a spectacular way to launch your career, but it is ultimately a stepping stone. It is designed to solve a specific problem, your current lack of capital. Your long-term goal should be to graduate through this stage of real estate growth until you're completely self-contained and self-funded. That's why if you have questions, doubts, concerns, go ahead and book that free 20-minute call with me. Once you get there, you have achieved the ultimate level of freedom in real estate. You don't have to pitch partners, you don't have to pay assignment fees, and you don't have to pay hard-earned money interest rates. You own the entire deal. You control the timeline and you capture every single dollar on the upside. The moral of the story is simple. Stop letting lack of money be the excuse for staying on the sidelines. No! If you found value in this breakdown, do me a massive favor. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below letting me know which of these 3 strategies, wholesaling, microflipping or joint ventures, makes the most sense to you in your current situation. And share this video with someone who thinks they need $1 million to get started in real estate. Get out there, keep hunting the deals, run the numbers cleanly, and when you're ready, watch this video on how to find great deals in this environment over here. So until next time, this is Vikram signing off. Good luck, goodbye, and go on your freedom by getting started in this business even if you don't have money.